border has been evacuated after a Russian attack.
And a Dutch contestant has been disqualified from Eurovision. The Northern Lights have made a rare appearance across the UK, delighting sky watchers up and down the country.
Excited onlookers shared pictures of the lights, also known as Aurora Borealis. They were visible right across the country, including the south coast of England.
They could be seen after one of the strongest geomagnetic storms for years hit Earth, with the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration issuing a rare solar storm warning.
Such storms increase people's chances of seeing the Northern Lights. The extreme geomagnetic storm that happened on Friday was classed as the highest G5. Storms of this scale could potentially impact infrastructure, including satellites and power grids.
The US says Israel may have used American-supplied weapons in breach of international humanitarian law in some instances during the war in Gaza.
The State Department says it is reasonable to assess that those arms have been used in ways inconsistent with Israel's obligations, but it added that the US did not have complete information in its assessment and that shipments could continue.
The report was finally released days after US President Joe Biden publicly threatens to withhold certain bombs and artillery shells from Israel if it went ahead with an assault on Rafah, which is the last stronghold of Hamas in Gaza that is packed with more than 1 million Palestinians.
Shortly before the report's publication, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu dismissed President Biden's warnings that the operation in Rafah would cross a red line and vowed that Israel would stand alone if necessary.
Russian attacks in northeast Ukraine have prompted the evacuation of almost 1,800 people from the Kharkiv area, the regional governor has said.
Heavy fighting has continued in the border area following Russia's surprise incursions on Friday. Kyiv has been expecting a Russian summer offensive for some time, including a possible attempt to capture Kharkiv, which is Ukraine's second city.
But Ukraine insists its forces are able to resist any attack. On Saturday, Russia said it had seized 5 villages near the town of Vovchansk in its latest offensive. The BBC has not been able to independently verify the claim.
A man has been charged with the murder of a woman who was stabbed near a bus stop in northwest London. The victim, aged 66, was treated by paramedics on Burnt Oak Broadway in Edgware on Thursday but died shortly before midday.
22-year-old Jala Debella was arrested in the Colindale area in what the Met Police described as a significant development. She has so far appeared at Willesden Magistrates Court on Saturday.
Dutch artist Joost Klein has been disqualified from the Eurovision Song Contest after a backstage incident. An allegation of intimidation was made to Swedish police by a female member of the production crew.
In a statement, the contest organisers said it would not be appropriate for him to continue in the contest while the legal process takes place. Separately, Norwegian media is reporting that the jury spokesman Alessandra Melle has pulled out, citing the inflamed situation in Malmö.
Mr. Klein had been among the favourites to win this year's contest with his song Europapa, a pro-Europe techno anthem which was dedicated to his father, who he lost to cancer at the age of 12.
Now aged 26, the singer had promised his father he would one day make it to the Eurovision stage. News of his suspension emerged on Friday afternoon during the first dress rehearsal for Saturday's televised grand final. To your weather now, and Birmingham has showers, top temperature of 17 degrees and low of 11.
Glasgow will have the same temperatures, 17 degrees is the high and the low of 11, and there is heavy rain with the old rumble of thunder then and there.
Swansea is fine, but will turn showery from midday. The top temperature is 16 degrees and low of 11.
And Derry, Londonderry will have sunshine and showers, top temperature is 17 degrees and low of 9. On Wednesday it will be partly cloudy and the top temperature will be 19 degrees.
Let's have a quick recap at our top stories today. Northern Lights stun the UK in spectacular display.
An area near the Ukrainian border has been evacuated after a Russian attack.
And a Dutch contestant has been disqualified from Eurovision. That's all today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Please subscribe and see you next week.
You can watch our previous video here. You can see the whole playlist here. And you can Facebook us using the link below.